Hello children, this is my video lesson number 6 and this will be the concluding video lesson on the chapter number system. A quick recall what we did in video lesson 5. In video lesson 5 we covered two major things of this chapter, that is operation on irrational numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication or division between irrational numbers, and then the second topic, very important, was rationalization of irrational numbers. So today in this video lesson plan we are going to deal with laws of exponents. Let a and b be any natural numbers. Then we have few set of laws of exponents which will guide us to deal with exponents. Now before I proceed further, I just want to clarify a few doubts many students may have. Suppose if I write a raised power n, what are exponents? This is known as exponent. This is base. If I write 2 raised power 5, then 5 is the exponent and 2 is the base, right? Other thing I need to clarify is that suppose I have this. This is known as a radical sign. I've also mentioned in the previous video lesson plan, and this is cube root. If there is no number inside, if it is simply this, then it is said to be square root. This is cube root. So if there is no number, by default it is 2, and which means it is a square root. Fine. So this information should help you to move forward. So let us start with all the laws of exponents very quickly. The first law of exponent is a raised power m into a raised power n is equal to a raised power m plus n. If bases are same, then powers are added. Second, a raised power m divided by a raised power n is equal to, it can also be written like this, a raised power m divided by a raised power n, which is equal to a raised power m minus n. That means if powers are same and we are dividing, bases are same and we are dividing, then powers get subtracted. Next, third is a raised power m into b raised power n. See, bases are different but powers are same. A raised power m and b raised power m is equal to ab raised power m. Fourth one, if a raised power m divided by b raised power m, which can also be written as a raised power m divided by b raised power m, it's one of the same thing saying a by b whole raised power n. Now these two properties are very important. What does it say? It says that exponents are distributive over multiplication and division. What does it mean? If two numbers are multiplied and there is a whole power of m, then I can say a raised, which is equal to a raised power m and b raised power into b raised power m. So I have distributed the power on both the numbers. Same in division. If this is a by b whole raised power m, I can distribute the power on both. But mind you, this cannot be done in addition and subtraction. Note, a plus b whole raised power m is n is not equal to a raised power n plus b raised power n. So what does it mean? That exponents are not distributive over addition. Same way, not for subtraction also. But yes, they are distributed over multiplication and division. Right? Very important note. Then next is fifth property. Fifth property says a raised power m whole raised power n is equal to a raised power m n is multiplied, which can be reversed also, a raised power n m, because numbers in integers, natural numbers are commutative in multiplication, so it can also be written as a raised power n inside and m outside. They both are same. According to our requirement of calculation, we can always interchange the exponents. Sixth property, it deals with radical. If mth root of a, this is mth root of a, can be written in exponent form. This is radical form and I am converting into exponent form. Very important, because we have laws of exponents. So if a question is given in radical, we need to first convert them into exponents. Once they are converted into exponents, then I have lot of laws governing it, which will help us in solving the question. So a raised power 1 by m. Alright, so it becomes fraction. Next, seventh property is a raised power minus 1 is equal to, if it is minus 1, then a, it becomes 1 by a, and vice versa. If it is 1 by a, you take it up, it becomes a raised power minus 1. Next, eighth property and the last property is a raised power a raised power 0 is equal to 1. A raised power 0 is equal to 1, right? Okay, I forgot there is one more property I would like to join it, very used in a lot of extra questions. If you have a raised power x is equal to a raised power y, see, in both the sides bases are same, then powers are also equal. At the same time, if powers are same, then their exponents will also become equal. So both way implication is true, right? So we'll do few questions based on it. Let us first quickly see. I'll deal with few NCERT questions, and then I try to do some reference book questions also. Very quickly, let's first see the exercise question, exercise 1.6. See, when I apply laws of experiments, I have to go step by step. So let's make a rule. Let's make rule for ourselves how to follow. You can't do one step again and again. Suppose applying one property again and again. If I have to apply this property, I'll make sure all the parts on the same question which requires this property can be done in one step, right? Let us understand it. So first is, rule number 1 is change radical, because I don't know how to deal in radicals. So first I change radical to exponent so that I can use all these properties. Second, change negative powers using this property, change negative powers. Third, simplify. Let us try to understand all these three steps. Question number 1, first part, I am doing only the first part. 64 raised to the power 1 by 2. Okay, so 64 raised to power 1 by 2. So what I do is, first, do I have a radical sign? No. Do I have a negative power? No. So straight away simplification. How do I simplify this? I try to write this 64 as square of some number. I want to write 64 is equal to square of some number. Why? Because I have 1 by 2 above. So what will happen if I have square, and above this, if it is 1 by 2, you remember it will be multiplied and cancelled. So my aim is to somehow write 84 as square of some number. Now that the only option I am getting is for my easy calculation, right? So this comes out to be 8 raised to power 2 into 1 by 2. Reason, a raised to power m raised to power n is equal to a raised to power m into n. So this becomes 8. My answer is 8. Now see, there can be many ways, but this is a shorter way. I could have written 64 also as 4 raised to power 3, but it would not serve the purpose. To go faster, I would always search in terms of this power. Square form में ही लिखना है, right? So I'll try to write in power, form of square so that I can cancel it. Cube, you get stuck, isn't it? So it is not that you cannot go from here, you can't do this, but yes, it will require few more steps. Clear? Then, or if you don't find exactly same thing, then you do prime factorization completely. 64 can also be written as 2 raised to power 4, complete prime factorization. So it is divided into products of primes. So this is one method, this is another method, and this is 1, 2 and 3. So Fine. So I find which can be done as 2 square, which is again is equal to this is 64 can be written as power 6, so this becomes 3 and 8. So in all the three I'll get the same answer, but the fastest method will be this, so I pick up the fastest method. Question number, other parts of this questions you can do yourself. I'm doing question number 2, again the third part I'm doing. So question number 2, third part, it says 16 raised power 3 by 4. So do I have a radical sign? No. Do I have a negative power? No. So straight away simplification. Now again simplification, I try to write this as power of some number. 16 should be written in some number whose power is 4, so that 4 can be cancelled with this 1 by 4. So which comes out to be 4, 2 raised power 4, 3 by 4, which can be written as 2 raised power 4 into 3 by 4. You know what is the reason? Same reason, which gives me 2 raised power 3, which is 8. So question number. So likewise, if I do the third question, the first part, 2 raised power 2 by 3 into 2 raised power 1 by 5. So it becomes 2 raised power 2 by 3 plus 1 raised power 5. Why? It is governed by the law a raised power m into a raised power n is equal to a raised power m plus n. Powers are added, taking LCM, 15 comes, 10 plus 3, so the answer is 2 raised power. As I said, we'll deal with some extra questions. So this is an extra question that I wrote it down. Under root of 1 by 4 plus 0.01 whole raised power half minus 27 raised power 2 by 3. I have to simplify this. So the steps are same. How to deal with it? As I told you before also, we will first check for what are the rules, change radical, change negative powers, then only we go for simplification. So same thing I proceed here. First I try to change radical. I have to remove this. So under root 1 and under root 4, this becomes 1 by 100, because if you remove decimal, raised power minus half minus 27 raised power 2 by 3. This becomes root of 1 is 1, root of 4 is 2, so radical is gone. First step is done. Second, I remove negative power. So the moment you remove minus sign from here, the inner fraction gets reversed. 100 by 1, simply write 100 raised power half minus 27 raised power 2 by 3. Third step is simplification. 1 by 2, 10 raised power 2, 1 by 2, 3 raised power 3 raised power 2 by 3. Simplification, I get half plus 10 minus 3 square, that is 9. Taking LCM 2, I get 1 plus 20 minus 18, which is equal to 3 by 2, which is the final answer. Right? So another question I have given, which can be done as homework. I request all of you to finish all the questions of this chapter, number system, because with this we have finished the chapter, and I have tried one question from extra book also. And still, if you have any doubts, you feel free to ask questions in the same WhatsApp group. Thank you, children.